Hey, good morning. I get a question all the time on this channel, and it's should you have kids? And that answer is no. Look how hard life is for you. Look how hard it's been on you. Look how hard it is for you to pay rent, lights, water, gas. Look how hard it is for you to maintain your dental health, your health insurance. Just look at it. Look how hard it is just for you to feed yourself, buy food. You may not feel like it's hard because you get to stop at McDonald's for breakfast every day and buy your little $5 meal and all those good things. But at the end of it all, look how freaking hard it is. And now you want to apply another person into the mix. You, your boyfriend, or you and your girlfriend or wife or husband or whatever you got. You spend all day arguing with each other. You might be all googly eyed and this and that, but look how many relationships end. Look at all the people you know that have dated and broken up. Look how many times you've dated somebody and never spoke to them again. Look at all of that. Look at every situation and take it into account. And then you want to go out and have a kid. I'm going to be honest with you. I think a lot of women have kids with intentions of not being with the father. I really do. I think a lot of them have kids with intentions of not being with the father. Having children and having a family is no different than taking those methodical steps, well planned out process. It's no different than taking the steps to invest your money in the markets. It's no different than that. It's no different than taking the steps to get a degree, to go to college, get a bachelor's degree or a doctorate degree. It's no different than taking the steps to do that. There's no difference in any of that. But a lot of people don't take the steps. I didn't when I was younger. I didn't take the proper steps. If I had, I would have done things different for sure. I did not take the proper steps. A lot of people get wrapped up in the lust and the sex of it all, and then bam, they got a kid. And they don't plan on staying together. They never planned on staying together. They met one Saturday night at a bar. They dated for 3 months, 5 months, 7 months, had a kid. In no way, shape, or form was that relationship supposed to work out, supposed to be together. It was almost forced, and now you brought another person into the mix. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. And then as life goes on, you guys don't talk, you barely speak. I'm not only talking about my own personal experiences, I'm talking about thousands of men especially. You guys, life goes on, you guys don't speak. You know, you're thrown into the child support system. When you're thrown into the child support system, you can barely think because they come for you. The child support system comes for everything you have. They attack your livelihood. They attack your finances. They attack everything. And especially if you have them with a bitter person. If you have kids with a bitter person, they will attack you every couple of years and raise it because they know that you have to navigate around what you're already been set. So if your child support's been set at $600 a month, they know that you're going to have to go out and find 2 jobs or find a better job. And now, you know, here they come 24 months later, $600 a month turns into $1,000 a month. You can never stop working. The only way that you're able to beat that is to live a life of poverty for a year, or at least 6 months. 6 months, you have to show at least 6 months of non-consecutive employment to get your child support really lowered because they're going to fight you on it. And everybody's like, oh, no, they won't. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You 100% do, because if you go in there saying, I don't have a job, the first thing they're going to say is, okay, well, we'll come back in 60 days or 90 days, and hopefully you found employment by then. I don't have a job. Okay, we'll come back in 60 days or 90 days, and hopefully you found employment by then. And they'll keep doing that to you. They will keep dragging you in and out of the courtroom in front of the judge. The caseworker will. It doesn't matter to her. You're just a number on the docket. She does not care. They will keep dragging you in and out. So there's that. If you guys, if I need to make a video about the child support system, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I will tell you everything that it is. I see the comments, people saying, you know, child support's fraud, child support's this, child support's that, how they beat the system. Sure. Show me. I really need to see it. I need to see where you beat the child support system and it is not on your credit. There's a big difference. I need to see it. I need to see it. It's one thing when you're just like, hey, I'm not paying. I've done this and that and I'm not paying. It's another thing when that stuff is, that stuff is all over your credit and running your life. So yeah, feel free to show me. But to stay on topic of should you get married? No. Or excuse me, should you, no with that too. Should you have kids? No. Not until you've taken a real accountability of your situation and assessed the situation. Because there's some people, oh, their kids are so sweet. They're this, they're that, they're googly eyes. No, guys, babies grow up. Babies become young toddlers. They become young little people. Then they become teenagers and then they become young adults. They have attitudes. You have to shift and shape with their asses. You're ready to sit down and go to bed at 8:30 at night. And it's babies grow up. Everybody wants that newborn baby with the new smell and blah, blah, blah and all that. I get it. Oh, it smells like a baby. It smells like a newborn. I get it. I get it. But they grow up. They need things. And then when they get older, it becomes a lot less financial and a lot more mental. You start to have to navigate with the problems, the struggles that they're having, the attitudes that they're having, the letdowns on life. Look at everything in your life. Look at all the negativity surrounding you. Don't forget what it was like to be a teenager. The girl didn't like you. The boy didn't like you. The embarrassment, the this, the that. Are you fat? Are you ugly? Trying to really figure yourself out. Getting in tune with who you are. Yeah, I got big ears. Yeah, I got crooked teeth. Yeah, I got this. Yeah, I got that. You're getting in tune with your meat suit. Don't forget about that. It's hard for you to remember what that felt like, but go really take a deep dive. Because that's what you're going to have to navigate and help another person navigate it. I didn't have anybody helping me navigate it. No matter how much they act like they did, I didn't have anybody to help me navigate those times. And now I'm a very active dad, at least to my oldest son, and I do the best I can to help him navigate it. But it's difficult. It's difficult because, you got everybody pulling at them. And now we got social media. This shit's just a baby. It's going to keep growing. Now you got social media pulling at your kids with drugs and sex and alcohol and Lamborghinis and becoming a millionaire. Look how stressful it is for you at, say, 30 years old. How stressful it is for you to stay on top of the money, to try and keep up. No matter how bad we say we're not, a lot of people are trying to keep up with the Joneses. No matter how much they're like, nah, I ain't doing that. A lot of people are definitely still trying to keep up with the Joneses. And now you want to bring a child in it. Look how stressful it is for you. Now your child's being stressed to get out here and make $1 million at 15 years old. Little girls think that little boys are supposed to be six-figure earners at 18. It's not practical. It's not practical. And that's what's happening in this world today. So little boys, young men, they're definitely not getting what they deserve. Your sons, especially for you single mothers with all that negativity surrounding you, I see you. I see you. I got two of them. I got two baby mamas. And listen, your sons are not getting what they need as young men. They're not getting the attention from women, from young women. It's just not happening. And it's unhealthy. And listen, it's hard to deal with women and talk about things like this. A woman can sleep with who she wants. A man sleeps with what he can. Women pick. You get to go out here and pick and choose who you want. A man has to just settle. Not a lot of men get to go out here and pick and choose. If you want to be a man that gets to go out here and pick and choose, then you better really level up. You better start making the money and have the body to match. Do your best. Shit better align if you want to be able to have the pick of the litter and pick and choose who you want out of this life. You better level up. I tell men all the time, stay single, get yourself together. Richard Cooper says, women hang out at the finish line and F the winners. He says, women do not care about your struggles. They hang out at the finish line and F the winners. Can't be any more clear than that. They do not care about your struggles. They hang out at the finish line and screw the winners. There's a lot of men out here struggling. I didn't want to make this video about men or for men, but you're definitely the ones that lose if you go out there and have kids. Women don't lose. They don't lose. Not until they start to age. Not until they start to age. I'm realizing that, but not until they start to age. Because that's when and then they blame you for everything, especially if a relationship didn't work out. They blame you for the loss of time, the loss of body. It's your fault. I had this kid with you. It's your fault. Yeah, I'm not even sure. And watch what I say. But yeah, it's definitely going to be your fault as women age. It's 100% going to be your fault. You're the reason for their life not turning out the way it was, so on, so on, and so on. And then it's going to be your fault if your kid's life doesn't turn out proper in the way that they expect it to be. Your child doesn't have money, it's your fault. Even when they're grown, it's going to be your fault. You know, your child doesn't have this or that, can't afford this or that, it's your fault. You're not able to buy them a brand new car when they turn 16, it's your fault. It's always dad's fault. Always. Always dad's fault until he's gone. When dad is gone, that's when all the reflection kicks in. That's when the stoic mindset kicks in. That's just it. You know, the leader of the pack is gone. Somebody's got to step up. That's when that little boy, maybe little girl, but normally that's when that little boy, especially speaking from a man's perspective, has to step up and say that, you know what? Nobody's coming to save me. I got to be in charge of this. I got to do this. I don't waste my time on women. I don't. As no offense to any of them, there's great ones out there. I got great ones on the channel, great ones in. But for me personally, to get to where I'm trying to go, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop for anybody. I'm not. So, I mean, I'm not going to give up on myself for somebody else. It's not sitting there saying I don't date. And it's not saying that, you know, I'm not going to go out here and find a partner or something. It's not saying that. But I'm not getting ready to give up my life for somebody else's. No. Not right now, not where I'm trying to go. No, you got to be selfish. If you want everything that you say you want out of life, you have to be selfish. Have to be. You only got so much time. And we all don't know when the clock stops. None of us knows when the clock stops, but we know we're only given so much time. You got to be selfish with it. You have to be. I'm sorry. Just has to be that way. So back on topic, though, should you have kids, I can't recommend that. So many people come to me and say, oh, I want to leave a legacy. You don't have a legacy. You don't have a legacy to leave. You don't have anything. You work at Walmart. You work at Amazon. You're a truck driver. You don't have a legacy. Get cash heavy. Start making a proper investment for yourself, for the future. Maybe you'll have a legacy. If I could go back, I probably wouldn't have had kids until roughly now or at 40 years old or so, but I can't go back. I had my kids young. I had my sons in my early 20s. I can't go back. But knowing what I know now, I would have waited because, see, when I was in my early 20s, I was YOLOing. I didn't have any direction. Nobody was sitting there telling me, Robert, you're going to wake up and be 50. I was just straight YOLOing, you know, straight, you know, coming from Iraq and Afghanistan. And I was just YOLOing my life, drinking and partying and having a good time, just YOLO. Like many of us do at that age. You know, you only live once, YOLO, like many of us do at that age. Knowing what I know now, I wouldn't have had kids till I was probably about 40 years old. I would have avoided all the women trying to force me and pressure me into being with them and to have kids with them. I'd avoided things like that, which I only have kids with 2 different women, but a lot have tried to have children with me. Women are on a time clock. You're not. As a man, you can go out there and have kids at 65, 70 years old. You can keep on going. Women are on a time. I'm not saying that they can't, but it's unlikely. Women are on a time clock. You're not. So a lot of women would try to force you to have children young. Avoid it at all costs. Get your life together. Focus on yourself. Go to school. Get some money. Stack some cash. Start the business. Go travel the world. Man or woman, go travel. Go live. I have said it on this channel before, and it's actually been brought up to me by coaching clients that it hit home when I said, if I died today, I have done everything. I mean that. Everything in my life up until this point. I don't want to die today, obviously. There's still a big, bright future ahead of me. I still have plenty of things that I want to do. But if something were to happen, I did not sit on the sidelines. I never sat on the sidelines, man. I got in the game and I played. Loss after loss, failure after failure, stacked a couple wins, dated the prom queen. I did all that shit. Everything. I've never been scared to execute. I've never been scared to approach. I've never been scared. Ever. I did everything I wanted to do. I still have plenty of things that I would like to do in the future. I'm starting to make my own bucket list, I guess. I never looked at the past as a bucket list. Now I'm making, I guess, a bucket list like, hey, man, what's next? You know, if you only got 30, 35 years left on this planet, what's next? And so that's why I'm selfish with my time. I'm whatever. I just don't care. I don't care. What's next? Having kids, for me, since I had them young, would hinder that. Now, if I'd have waited until now, then it would be a different story. Now is probably the perfect time for me to have started to have them, at least mentally. And it would have been financially, but see, I'm going to get my finances on the back end. So where if you don't have children, you can gain financial independence young. But then you have kids, you know, and so it's going to take from that because kids cost money. Relationships, divorces, child support, all that shit, it costs money. My finances will come on the back end. And then let's not even talk about the disrespect that you can get, that can happen to you from your kids. I mean, it's no guarantee that you have kids and they're going to love you. Plenty of kids hate their parents. Plenty of parents do not like their children. A lot of you in the comment section don't like your parents. You got narcissistic mothers, fathers, whatever. You don't like your parents. You don't like your family. You don't want to be anything around them, be around them at all. A lot of us are like that, myself included. I mean, I don't hate my parents, but I mean, I damn sure don't have to tolerate half the crap that I hear. I can just move on. I'm too old for that shit. I'm out of here. I ain't listening to that shit. I'm out of here. I avoid them. That way I don't disrespect them. I don't have to be around it. There's a lot of negativity involved there. So you sit there and you go through that situation. You think it won't happen to you? You think that you won't wake up one day, your kid's 20 years old and hates you? And then you got to live with that? I ain't saying live with regret because, like, you know, I'm battling things like that now, but I have 2 teenagers. So I'm definitely going through the motions of that, and we'll see what happens, you know, in the next decade. We'll see. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Nobody gives a shit about dad till he's gone, man. I mean that. A lot of people put dad out of sight and mind. He gets tools for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? He's supposed to be comfortable with that. He gets a new hammer. He gets a card, a thank you for being dad. You know what I mean? He gets a hug. You know, he gets some Christmas sex or whatever. You know, he gets they go to the garage and wrap up some of his old tools. You know what I mean? Like, that's what dad gets. Nobody cares about dad till he's gone, man. And that's how that happens. And that's what'll happen to you. Guys, I'm not just sitting there like, oh, that's only happened to him. No, it's not. To you old guys in the comments, this is not 1985. All right. This is not none of that shit. Those days are dead and gone. This is 2025. Everybody's got a little device in their phone. Everybody's an independent reporter. Everybody's a freelance artist. Everybody's trying to win and get theirs. This is 2025. I cannot recommend that any of you go out here and have children, especially at a young age. But if you do decide that, I need you, for one, to stop with the legacy bullcrap. You don't have a legacy. You don't have one. You haven't done anything. You're making $18 an hour, slinging boxes at Amazon. What legacy is that? Slavery. And this economy, in this world, that's slavery. All right? You're a wage slave, and you want to bring somebody else in here to struggle. Get real, man. Get freaking real. If you do, though, I need you to make it a methodical, well thought out plan, and make sure that you're having that plan and that conversation with the right person. A great conversation with the right woman, man, you can move mountains. A man and woman working together can move mountains, but you got to sift through all the trash. Man or woman, you got to sift through the garbage to get to what you want. The right man, the right woman can move mountains. But other than that, I can't recommend it. I just hope that if you do go down that road, you really think about it. You really plan this out. Because a lot, not only financial, there's a lot of mental, physical, emotional stress involved with having children. Other than that, I'm going to leave it there, man. I hope that helps you guys. Thank you to everybody that's booked the one-on-one with me. Definitely getting a little overbooked. I'm going to see how I'm going to handle that here in the near future. Something I'm working on right now. But other than that, thank you guys to everybody that has booked a one-on-one and worked with me. I really You already know I appreciate that, man. Thank you for all the love and support that I receive on this channel. Thank you guys so much. Made it this far, smash that like button. Guys, take care.